back. I am back from holiday and I'm raring to go. First of all, I need a sip of coffee though, because this is my first cup of coffee today. Sorry, we're a few minutes late, but we have been on the phone to our solicitor, so it has obviously that was sort of had to take priority, so I do apologize. Hope you're all okay. What we're going to talk about in this coffee morning is we're going to talk about the fact that yesterday I hit 16k. What happened? We're going to talk about my latest vlog, and we're going to talk about the next vlog that's going to be coming up. I'm going to chat to you guys. I've got some really naff comments that I want to read out to you guys. I've got some birthday shout outs, so we've got a little bit of everything going on. But before we go any further, I'm just going to do some shout outs to you all and see who we've got in the chat. So if you do want to shout out, let me know now. Carly Thomas, been a channel member for 8 months. And says, good morning, Gabby. Good morning to you, Carly, and thank you so much for your support over the 8 months. That's brilliant. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot. Right, shout out. So we've got Joanne J, we've got Wendy Copcut, we've got Anna Tidmarch, we've got Paul Drury, we've got the Foxy B, which reminds me, thank you to all the mods that give up your time this morning. We've got Judy JN3, we've got Mark Wigan, Amanda Beach, I think I just said that, Anna Tidmarch, we've got Penny, we've got Quality 82, Jenny Meadham, Steeman Lion, Mark Taft, Andrew Lane, Eugene McGeever, Jason M, Haley Marie, Stez Tez is here, Charlene Taggart, Gary D, Lee Davis, Belvedere, Barry Coppock is here, Tracy Abbott, we've got Fran A. Moore, we've got Robin, we've got Hazel Manship, we've got Holly Linden. Oh my God, Holly, I can't believe you've tuned in. She's only next door chilling. We've got Sophie Robinson, Beverly M.A., Michelle Butterworth is here. Michelle says, good morning, Gabby, and everyone in the chat. Did you have a lovely holiday, Gabby? Oh my God, it was amazing. I'm going to give you the lowdown in a little while. And we've got Rosie Lee, we've got Alex, Wendy Kemp, Vampy Twine, Charlene Taggart, Haley Marie. I think we've got everyone. Green King Dog, James Watson, Andrew Lane, Julie Pringle, SPDTDL. We got, and they say in Spanish, and Casper is a term we use for dandruff. I'm Spanish, and Casper is a term we use for dandruff. Oh, well, that's not the term we use here. What we use here is incredible, amazing, the most cuteness overload thing in the world. We've got Jules C, Alison Smith, Life with Hina, Wendy Kemp, and I think I've caught up. If I've missed anyone, I'll try and catch up, and I do apologise, but I try and get as many people as I can. The holiday was absolutely amazing. Just letting you all know about the holiday. It was a short holiday. It wasn't quite a week because I had to get back because I'd got a gig, and I did actually have a gig on the weekend prior. So when we booked it, I couldn't book a full week. But then right at the last minute, the gig got cancelled. So, and I'd already booked to go away, and I was like, oh damn it. But in a way, I was kind of relieved, because it would have meant that as soon as my gig had finished, I'd have had to have got in the car and drove to the airport. So after doing a gig, that would have been torturous. It was such a difficult trip because we missed out on a whole night's sleep because of the times of the flight, and basically we left at like 2 o'clock in the morning because our flight was at 7 o'clock in the morning. So obviously you've got to be there 2 hours prior, and obviously we had to travel down. So there was just, we tried to like get a little bit of sleep, but it was really hard to sleep when you know you've got to travel. And sometimes we'll do the hotel beforehand and that, but we just couldn't see the point because we thought by the time we get down there, probably be in bed just a couple of hours, and it just seemed pointless. So the times of the flight were just horrific, but they were the only flights that day. In fact, every day that flight goes out to the place where we were going, it was always like at that time. So no matter what day we went, it would have been a difficult flight. And my dad had exactly the same problem, and he went out like a few days prior and he didn't get any sleep either. So like when you're first there the whole day, you just feel completely tired out and trying to catch up. And when you've got a child, it's a nightmare. But the place that we went in Spain, I've done a vlog on it before. So if you go back on the channel and have a look through the videos, you'll come across it. It's the south of Spain. I think I vlogged it just after Casper was born. It was the May 2 years ago, and it's like nobody's probably even heard of the place before, because what it is, it's a town called Canil de la Frontera. So it's not a big known holiday destination to the Brits. It is the sort of place where Spanish go really for their holidays, and you sometimes get quite a lot of people from Germany there that go there, but you don't really get a lot of British people go. And the reason we go there is because my grandma and my granddad, when they first started dating, my granddad worked for a Labrix company, and actually it weren't when they first started dating. I think it was a little bit further on. I don't know if they'd got children by this point. I really don't know when it was when they first went, but my granddad's boss had said, I've got a villa in this part of Spain if you'd like to go. So they went on their holiday together, and they just absolutely fell in love with this little Spanish town. And believe me, it is the cutest Spanish town in the world, and it's proper. It doesn't feel touristy or anything. It really feels authentic Spain, and the scenery and the views are spectacular. It is absolutely stunning, and it's a fishing town basically, and it's just lush. And my grandma and granddad fell in love with it, and they bought a flat there. And they'd been going there for years and years and years, to the point where when my grandma lost my granddad, my grandma would go and do like half a year there, half a year here. So she practically lived there, I would say, half the time. And then eventually my other parts of my family bought property there. So there was like it's been like quite a big family thing over time. So we've always been going there our whole lives, you know, backwards and forwards. And it's a place that's really dear to our hearts. And obviously everybody knows that my grandma passed away in January. So it was a get together to in her memory, basically. So we all went out there as a big family. And it's usually a big sort of family occasion when we go out there anyway. So we went out like there, and I had aunties and uncles, and obviously my dad was there, and obviously we all went as well. So unfortunately there were family members that couldn't make it because of work commitments and things like that, which was sad, because having like absent family when you're all together is really upsetting, because you want everyone to be together. But our family is absolutely massive on the Starbucks side. It's humongous. So getting everyone together is almost impossible. But the people that were there, we had a really, really lovely time. And we all did our separate things as well. Like we only come together sometimes on the evening and that, you know, but we were all like enjoying our own sort of family like space as well at the same time. And we went for drives out in the car. And anyway, I vlogged it basically. So I've got a nice vlog of what happened. And it'll be nice for you guys to actually see exactly what it's actually like from our point of view. Because if I ever say to anyone, oh yeah, I'm going on holiday in Canil in the south of Spain, people go, where's that? And they haven't got a clue, but it is absolutely stunning. So to put it bluntly, most of you would probably know or have heard of Cadiz, which is like the city, and some of you might not have, some of you may have, but Cadiz is like the local city. Gibraltar is probably about an hour and a half away from it. So if you're looking at the Costa del Sol and you're driving down the Costa del Sol, you'll get to Gibraltar. And on the other side of Gibraltar, as you go and head towards Cadiz, it's the Costa de la Luz. And probably about, I don't know, half an hour from Cadiz is this Spanish village that we go to. But I say it's a village, it's not a village, it's a town, it's massive. But it is like in the middle of nowhere. So it's all fields all around it for such a long time. And then you get to Canil and it's like this really big, authentic, quaint Spanish town. It's absolutely beautiful and the scenery is crazy, but it's lovely, and I've vlogged it and I'm going to be putting that up this week, so hopefully you'll really like that. Basically, James, thank you so much for gifting that membership, and congratulations Rebecca J for receiving that. It's much appreciated. Hang on, just catching up with your chat. Oh Daniel, sorry, I didn't mean to forget you. Because I just started scrolling from when I went down. Obviously I've got you now anyway. I've got some birthday shout outs that I'm going to do, so don't worry, so hang in there. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. I just want to say as well, oh my god, the Poundland vlog, that did incredible. I can't believe the amount of people that have really enjoyed like watching the Poundland shop. That's absolutely insane. So I'm like over the moon about the fact that you guys really enjoyed that. That sort of inspired me to do a little bit more of that. So I'm glad that that's done really well. Connie Black says, hi Gabby, hope you're well. Congrats to Tim on 400k. Oh I know, right? He's done ever so well. I'm so proud of him. Thank you for letting me off, Daniel. I appreciate it. Oh, I don't know what's gone on there, Craig. I'm missing half this conversation here. Karina says, please say happy birthday to my mum. She's 75 today. A big happy birthday to Karina's mum. Hope you have an absolutely lovely day. While we're doing a couple of birthday shout outs, I'm going to read some out. Andrew May, your birthday was on the 24th of March, which I missed. So I think I've actually already shouted this out on the Q&A, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, a big happy birthday to you, Andrew. Andrew, you were asking me questions about the coffee morning last week, because I was debating whether to do the coffee morning actually from Spain or not. But the thing is, because my time in Spain was really short, it was really difficult to sort of cram it in, because it was one of them situations where we'd go downstairs for breakfast, because it was like breakfast was included in that, and then by the time you come up you needed to get ready to go out for the day or to go by the pool, and it was just like I was finding it real struggle to find the time to fit it in when I was only there for a small window, and there was so much I need to do. And I just thought, well, I've done the Q&A, so I thought I'll try and do it for like Friday or Saturday when I get home. But the truth of the matter is, as soon as I got home, we had got so much that we had to do. It was unreal, and I was like, if I do it now as well, like on the Saturday, it's going to be too close to the Monday. And then everyone's going to be bored of coffee morning, because it's going to be coffee morning on Saturday, coffee morning on Monday. And everyone's going to be like, this is just coffee morning overload. So I didn't want to I thought it's going to be so close to Monday. There's just no point. So I'm sorry we didn't do one last week. But obviously my excuse is I was away on holiday. So I do apologise for that. Leslie Harvey, has said it was her birthday Sunday. I don't know if it was the previous Sunday, but is now 58 years old. 58 years young, I say. 58 years young. So big happy birthday to you, Leslie. Daniel, I haven't forgot about you, because I've got your little message here. The week starting for the 26th. Can I do a shout out? Your dad watches the coffee morning. His name is Robert, and it's his birthday that week. I'm just asking because I know you do shout outs for members, he said. Well, a big shout out to Daniel's dad, Robert. A big happy birthday to you. See, I hadn't forgot, I'd got that there. Suzette Gormley says her birthday was on April the 11th. So a big happy birthday to you, Suzette. Jamie Bear Bennett, it was Jamie's birthday on the 16th. Have we passed the 16th? What date is it today? I don't even know what date it is. What date is it? Is that tomorrow? No, was that last week? Oh my God. What date is it? Can someone please tell me the date? What date is it today? It's the 22nd. Thanks, Belvedere. Yeah, so that would have been last week, Jamie. Obviously, I didn't do a coffee morning last week, but Jamie, I'm saying it now. Big happy birthday to you, because I don't like to miss anybody out. Chris Povey, it's his 59th birthday or was his 59th birthday on the 12th of April. So a great big happy birthday to Chris as well. So sorry, Chris, I didn't miss you out either. Like I said, it's just because I missed a week of coffee mornings. I'd got these all logged and ready to go, but obviously these birthday shout outs are like a week late because I didn't do coffee morning last week. So I do apologise. I did do a private function on Saturday for Nikki. Nikki is one of my mods. I've done private functions before, and private functions I do tend to do like in public places, but I can't do house like ones anymore, private functions, and the reason being is for safety aspects, you know, and I don't think my insurance will cover me for it personally. But this private function I done for Nikki, which was in a local pub, and it was so good. It's Nikki's 40th. It's not her 40th until tomorrow, so she's got 1 day left of being 39. So enjoy it, Nikki. And yeah, she's been whisked away by her other half, Andrew. So she's going to be having a nice time, I'm sure. But this private function was so funny. Her dad and her stepdad are absolutely crazy. And they wanted to sing some songs on the microphone, and they wanted to, I mean, I don't usually give my microphone to anyone. There has to be a lot of trust there if I'm going to hand my microphone over to anyone, but I'm absolutely fine with Darren and Nikki's dad. Like, I totally trust them, and I was with them anyway. They wanted to sing a Wham song, and as I was flicking through, I'd pulled up Wham, and I was like, oh, I said, I've got Last Christmas, and I said it for a laugh, and they went, yeah, Last Christmas, and I went, yeah, but how are people going to feel if you sing a Christmas song? And they went, oh, they won't care. I went, well, even better. I said, why don't you dedicate it to Nikki? And Nikki's stepdad and dad were singing Last Christmas by Wham on the microphone to Nikki on her 40th birthday. And you should have seen the rooms. Oh, you should have seen their faces. They started singing it, and as soon as it fired up and it was a Christmas tune, everyone just turned around and was like, what? And everybody just looked absolutely baffled. And Nikki, I think, like, she almost dropped her glass, and she was just like, what is going on here? It was so funny. It really was. And if you want to see a clip of that, go over to my singing page, Gabby Starbuck, Vocalist Entertainer. Check it out. It's hilarious. It was so funny. I was wetting myself laughing the whole way. I couldn't sing. I was meant to be singing with them, but I just thought, guys, you're on your own, because I just can't pull myself together to do this, because it was just so funny. But a massive happy birthday to Nikki, and thank you so much for having me at your birthday party. I really, really do appreciate it. It was amazing. Oh, Walk With Me Tim, thank you so much for your super chat. Looking sexy this morning, I must say. I don't feel sexy this morning, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I feel absolutely shattered, and I look shattered looking at myself on the screen. Can you see? I can see in the background, actually, looking on the screen, I can see the selfie light in the Mac, like the reflection of it, and it's bouncing because I've got irritable foot syndrome, and my foot is going like this, and the light is going up and down at the same time. Oh, I need to sort it out big time. Emma Arnold, thank you so much. Morning, Gabby. Love your channel. And it's okay to take a break and recharge your batteries. Oh, thank you so much, Emma. I really appreciate that. And that's exactly what it was. I was recharging. Although I did vlog it, so I didn't completely recharge, but I couldn't go there and not vlog it. It just wouldn't have been right. And as well, I just want to say, speaking of vlogs, thank you guys so much for watching the boat vlog, because I felt like it was really important for you guys to actually have a little look at the insight of, like, what goes behind Walk With Me Tim. Mark Wiggins says, welcome, gorgeous Tim. Oh, did you see it, Wendy, that clip of us singing? Oh my god, I bet it was really unexpected, weren't it? That is the thing with me. Random things just happen. They just happen. So yeah, like I was saying, oh my god, yeah, the boat vlog. Obviously, last time I spoke to you, I hadn't quite put the boat vlog up, and I wanted to wait till Tim had put his boat vlog up, because it was only right. Otherwise, it was going to be it would have spoilt Tim's vlog if you guys had seen mine first, because there was so much that I'd captured that was going to be in his. So I put it up. Tim put his up while we were away and premiered it then. And I thought, well, I'm waiting till I get home because I want to be able to, you know, I want to be on hand. I want to have the time to answer any questions that come out and stuff like that. I mean, Tim can do it on the go, but I can't multitask. I absolutely am horrendous for it, but I openly admit it. It's got nothing to do with being a woman or anything like that. I just can't. I can't, because if I'm focused on something, I'm focused on one thing, and I put my all into that one thing. So I can't do this and do that at the same time. So basically, I wanted to get the holiday out the way as well, make sure Tim's vlog was up, and then sit down and do the premiere and that. And the response, it's been my best performing vlog. Obviously, it's because it's probably best performing because it features the insight as to what Tim does. I mean, sometimes when I do my vlogs anyway, you do get to see a little bit of behind the scenes, but I went a little bit more in depth with it this time, and it was a great trip. We had an amazing trip. You know, you do get the odd comment of people saying things like oh, it's disgraceful, you're disgracing boaters and things like that, and you're just like, no, we're not. Like, it is literally these companies, they let these boats out to people so that they can have you know, day trips on boats, or so that they can have weekends on boats or weeks on boats, whatever they want to do. But you don't have to be a professional yachty or boater to have one of these boats. You could be someone like me who's never really experienced it, and you're experiencing it for the first time, and you just want to give it a go, you know. And that's exactly how it was from our point of view, and we wanted to vlog it from our perspective. So it's all very new to us. We've never done it before. I think Tim drove the boat pretty well, considering, you know, that we're not used to doing things like that. And then it was just our take from a family's point of view who were just experiencing it. And then, like, oh, don't get me wrong, comments have been amazing, but there's just been the odd one where you get someone go, oh, you're dissing boaters, and it's like, no, we're not dissing boaters. Like, we're just struggling to do boating because we've never done it before, and it's not like knocking anyone or anything like that. It's like if somebody got up on a microphone and started singing, and their singing was horrendous, if they said to me, like, you know, if I said to them, right, let's have your feedback, and they went, oh, I thought I was rubbish, I hate singing sucks, I'm no good at it, blah blah blah, I wouldn't then go berserk at them, because that's their take on singing, it's not for them. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Although I like boating, to be honest with you, but majority of comments have been absolutely amazing, and thank you for everybody that's watched it. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with the fact that it's performing well. I didn't think it would be performing as well as it has. It's been overwhelming, and yeah, it's been incredible. So thank you guys for watching that. Rachel, I just seen your comment come up. Thank you so much. I hope you're all right, Rachel. Enjoy your Monday, everyone. Oh, thank you, Rachel. That's so sweet. James Robinson has just gifted another membership, so thank you so much, James. Sophie Robinson, Gabby, your channel is growing too. 250 people here this morning. Oh my God, I didn't look down. Oh my God, wow. Hit the thumbs up, everyone. Come on, show the love. God, that's amazing. I didn't even really look down at the numbers. I just continued on my tangent. But thank you so much. But I have got some things that I do wanted to shout out with some of the comments as well. Michael John Dennis said, love the boating video. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. But it was like the boating is just, it was casual. Do you know what I mean? And it was just us. I think someone had made a comment about the fact that I'd made reference to the pub smelling of dogs, and I was like, it's not discriminating towards dogs, right? So I'm just going to elaborate, maybe just so I can make it a little bit clearer on that situation in the pub. The pub was a beautiful pub, right? So obviously if you watch the vlog, you'll get it, right? The pub was a beautiful pub. The pub was a beautiful pub. It really was. Beautiful settings, sunset views of, you know, the Broads, Gorgeous, in a gorgeous little village in Norfolk, and yeah, it was lovely. The food was really, really nice. It wasn't like, oh my god, that's insane food. It was just really, really nice, just as you'd expect for pub grub. You know, it was lovely. The wine was even better. No, only joking. The wine was standard. Wine is wine. But the thing is, when we walked in, it was a blustery, windy night, and I totally respect the fact that you can get other boaters there that might have a dog on their boat, or someone that's just walking off the village, and then, you know, the dog gets I don't know, maybe a bit wet. I don't know. It weren't raining. It was just windy. I don't know. I don't know the score. All I know is that I walked into the pub, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh my god, like I can really, really smell wet dog. And the only way to describe it is like, and I think I explained it on Tim's channel actually. I don't know if I did it on mine or Tim's, but you know, like when you're staying round, say like, you know, when you were younger and you'd stay around your mate's house, which like I haven't done that for a while, but you know, like when you stay around your mate's house and they have maybe like about 5 dogs or something like that, or they've got a lot of cats, and you walk in and you're just like, wow, and you can just tell it's a pet home. Do you know what I mean? You can just tell there's been a lot of pets in there. And you can just smell the difference from your house that doesn't have like pets. And I'm not just talking like a dog, I'm just talking like if you'd got a few dogs, you could really smell the difference. And it's not a bad thing, it's just that if somebody doesn't have dogs, they can really notice the difference. And it's true, you know. But I think sometimes with people that have got dogs, they don't necessarily, because they're used to, you know, the scent and the aroma and that, they don't really think too much of it. But we don't have dogs, do you know what I mean? So I suppose when we do walk into a venue or something like that and it smells of dogs, it hits you. It really, really does. So I walked into the pub and it did hit me like a ton of bricks, and I thought, oh, someone's brought like a dog in, and it smells like it's obviously, I don't know, had a swim in the river, I don't know, or something like that, because it smelled like a wet dog smell. But the thing is, we walked through the pub and we walked right towards the back to go and eat, and the whole pub did smell of it. It's probably not the pub's fault, because it might be that some customers have had some dogs in there and that. But what my review was on the situation is that when I'm eating food, I didn't really want to eat my dinner with that aroma. It just wasn't very nice, you know. When I worked for Richardson's, and I think the rule still stands, there was like a little sports and leisure desk where we had the lifeguards and that. You could walk through to the building, right through to the bar where the chip shops were and stuff like that. And there was like a cut-off point, and we were told that dogs were not allowed to go beyond a certain point because food was being served there. And but if the dogs went round, like if you've got a dog and you went round the other way, you could come in and you could eat at the restaurant, but you'd have to stay in a specific area, so that basically people that had got dogs could still eat, but they would be in a certain area, and people that didn't have dogs could feel comfortable eating, I guess, without the stench in a rude way. And you know, you get people with allergies, don't you, and stuff like that. But you know, it's important to have venues where dogs can eat, but I think it's also important to have separate areas, basically. But there wasn't really an area in the bar where you could go to kind of escape it. I don't know whether that smell is there permanently or whether it was just that night and a situation had occurred. I don't really know. But it wasn't the best aroma. And we had a couple of comments saying that it was like not fair on people that had got dogs. You clearly don't understand boating, people, because, you know, this is what it's like. You come in from the boards and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, it's not really got anything to do with that. You just need to sort of separate the area, I think, a little bit. Or like maybe, I don't know, get some room freshener. You know what I mean? Like you can get these things, like these glazed things, and you put batteries in them, and then like ever so often, like after like, I don't know, say 10 minutes, they squirt. and then like you get this aroma that goes into the room, and it kind of diffuses some of the scent, and it masks the scent for like a little while, and that's why it goes off every 10 minutes, because it sort of stays on top of it. But there was that bit of a struggle with that. Now, I'm not knocking the venue or anything like that, because you don't know what the situation is, but it wasn't being discriminating towards people with pets or anything like that. It was purely just my take as a customer. I just didn't really enjoy eating my dinner with the dog smell, like, and it was an overpowering dog smell too. So I just wanted to like clarify it. It's not a mean comment. It's a fact. Like, it's a hygiene thing, I think, at the end of the day. I think. Sophie says, I have a big dog and completely understand that, Gabby. If you don't have a dog, you'll smell it more. And like any smells, you can be put off your food. Thank you, Sophie. Like, you get where I'm coming from. Emma says, I am the same with parrots. Parrots? Do parrots smell? I've never smelled a parrot before. Michelle says, same with mine. And she will run up, tap my leg every time. Is this we talking about pets? I think we are. Wilkster647, love the boating video, but I think the Poundland one was my favourite. I hope you'll do some more of those. Oh my god, that's really, really good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, I think I will do more of them. I didn't realise it would be so popular. Because I thought, well, the Home Bargains one that I did, and like that little shopping one I done, was pretty standard. But going to the new Poundland, I didn't realise how much people would really enjoy it. I did get some interesting comments on it, which I'm going to tell you. Amanda says, there should be a notice on the door saying that dogs are allowed in, just in case you're allergic and need to know. To be honest with you, Amanda, I don't know if there was a sign. There might have been, but I wasn't really looking, to be honest with you. I had a glass of wine by that point, as you all know. And I really enjoyed that glass of wine. But that's another story. So walking into, it felt almost like impossible that it was just like the odd dog, because the whole building smelled like it. Like, there wasn't like an area, like, that's why we walked to the back, because we were like, well, it really smells like dog in this section, so if we maybe go towards the back, we might be able to find. But it was like no. But it was the only thing that let the venue down, because the venue is a beautiful pub, and I really love these old quaint pubs. To be honest with you, after saying what I'm saying, that pub will probably never let me in again. I'm probably going to be barred now, but it's fine. But it's just like, that's just a review. You know what I mean? And I think that most venues that serve food might agree with that, I think, because I don't think people want their customers. I mean, surely if the pub knew I felt like this, sure, they'd want to know, right? They probably wouldn't want me to tell 275 people, but it was just time and place. Do you know what I mean? And I guess it maybe, but if they'd got like a Febreze thing in the corner squirting off, I'd have gone, do you know what? It stinks a dog in here, but they've got a Febreze thing there, so they're aware of it and they're trying. Do you know what I mean? Or something like that. Or yeah, but they have, I can clearly see this is a dog area and this is a not dog area. Do you know what I mean? Just part it a little bit. You know, that's my only opinion. Wendy says, I used to look after neighbours' cats when they were on holiday. I could smell the litter tray as soon as I opened the front door. Oh man, like, I'm gonna hold my hands up. I have a cat. And oh, my dad's just turned up again. Oh, his timing is impeccable, isn't it? I have a cat, and when, like, he's an indoor cat, and when we've been on holiday and we come into the house after being away a few days or whatever, you can smell cat. But it takes, and then like we have to like hoover the house throughout, you know, Febreze things, open some windows and that, and then things are a bit more normal. But we're not oblivious to the fact that we've got a cat and you can smell that cat smell, because you can in an enclosed area, even with one cat, if you haven't like opened windows and stuff like that, you can smell that smell. You can. And I love my cat. I mean, he's here now with me. I don't know if you can see him through the reflection in the Mac, but he's here and he's asleep on the bed. So he's not. He's just, his ears are pricked up because I think he's just heard the kitchen cupboard go. But I love him to bits. But he does smell. When you come in from being away for a few days and you come in and he's at the house to himself, you can smell cat. You can. And I love cats. I like dogs as well, for that matter. You know, it's just a fact, isn't it, at the end of the day? Don't get me wrong. I don't really approve of any human turning into a cat. But let's raise the way. Holly? 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 Pop's outside. Can you just go and say hi? Because I think I'm ignoring him. Oh, no. Holly. Holly. Oh, for God's sake. Holly, can you ring Fran? Because she's trying to ring me and I can't get the phone because I'm on it. Ring Fran.
Why?
Because she's there with Dad.
Right.
And she's trying to ring me and I'm not picking up, but she'll think I'm ignoring her. But yeah, thanks. Sorry about that. Families, hey. Sorry, did you lose me for a second? Sorry about that. Right, anyway, moving on. I've got some comments I want to read out. I had a comment on the Poundland vlog, which this kind of makes sense because I made the reference about, and I made it quite a few times in the video, about how certain items in Poundland are not a pound anymore. They're more. There's a few items that are a pound, but it's called Poundland, and items are not a pound anymore, are they? Like they're going up. They're like 2, 5, even more, some of them, right? So a guy had made a comment on, and it's a very good comment and I liked it. This is why I want to read it out. He said, but it's not called £1 land, but Poundland. Okay. He says, Boots don't sell Boots. Good point. Superdrug doesn't sell super drugs. They do sell some mean paracetamol though. And then he says, British home stores didn't sell houses. Correct. I like your point. Good point. But I think what it is, the reason that we're referring to the fact that nothing's a pound anymore is because when the shop or the store started out, it everything was a pound. So the ideology of Poundland is that everyone has this perspective that everything is a pound, because when the stores first came out, everything in the shop was a pound, and that's what was so incredible about it. You could go in there and buy anything for a pound. But over time, things have developed and things I know that money is changing and things, you know, value for money and that, but things are going up a little bit more in price, aren't they? And so therefore things are not a pound anymore. But I think because it started out in that respect where we were all like, if you walk into a Poundland, everything is a pound. That's why this discussion now comes into place, because it's no longer featuring products that are a pound, but the title of the name has not changed, whereas that's what it was previously. So I think that's the point I'm trying to make, basically. But he does have a very good point about that. I get that. It's like, my name's Gabby Starbuck, but I'm not a star. Well, I like to think I'm a star on a Saturday night, but no. But yeah, that your point is great and I get it. But that's what I'm referring to. It's not really about the name of it as such per se. I get that. But it's just that the ideology of everything being a pound at the beginning has moved on, and I think that's where the discussion comes into play, basically. So that's where we're at. Karina says, I love Poundland and home bargains. Lenny says, I wouldn't even answer that comment. What a ridiculous comment. Well, Chelsea says the Poundland police were out. There was a lot of people that were very opinionated and very particular about Poundland. Big hardcore Poundland fans. Heidi says, you're our star, Gabby. That's the best comment of the day. Cheers. I needed to hear that. Tony says, call under £5 shop. They could change the name. They could rebrand, couldn't they? Just so that people got a different perspective. But I think everybody goes in there now assuming things are still going to be £1 and they're not. Charlotte19 says, curries. Don't sell curries. Go in with a TV, come out with a vindaloo. That's a good one. I like that one. Anyone got any more? Oh, Mama says, Gabby, you are a star and also a great singer. Thank you. Keep giving me the compliments. I need them. Make me feel better about myself. Lee says, remember that 99p shop? Yeah, there was a 99p shop, weren't there? Yeah, that rings a bell, Lee. I remember that now. Amy says, hi, Gabby. Did you get my DM? Oh, I don't know, Amy. Where did you send it? Where was the DM? Was it Instagram? Was it Facebook? Let me know. Michelle says the Poundland shops in Wales and now £1.25. Very little is actually £1. Yeah, and to be fair to Poundland, like, prices are changing, minimum wage is going up, coffees are extortionate now. Like, I remember when you could go into a coffee shop and buy a coffee for like £1.20, and coffees now, I swear, you can't get a coffee for less than like £2.95, I'm sure, or around about that, honestly. In fact, I need to do a coffee shop vlog, actually. I did do, like, if you look back on my vlogs, I did do like my top 5 coffee shops, but I do need to do coffee shops, and it'll be interesting to see what the prices are of things, actually, and have a little bit of a review on it. Jenny says, I say Gabby Fab Singer. Thanks, Jenny. Get in. Oh, Lee says it went bust. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Vampy Twine says, we got dollar stores in Sweden and we don't even have dollars. That's odd, isn't it? That's really weird. Wendy says, coffee over £3 round my way. Oh my God. To a point, I can understand like grounded beans going up in price, but it's tea I don't get. Why is tea so expensive? It's a tea bag and some boiling water and a tiny drop of milk, and that's so expensive. I don't get it. But then in lockdown, didn't tea bags go up in price? I think it's where you get them from, isn't it? Anna says, loved your coffee shops vlog. Another one would be amazing. Right, it's on the cards. I'm going to do it. Jerry says, back in the 70s, my weekly shop cost £20. Jerry, mine did too. Like, in fact, me and Tim were saying, like, you know, when it was lockdown, we could do, like, I think just before lockdown, we could do a weekly food shop for about 40 quid. But now, and we got Casper now, so obviously things are changing a little bit. So there's more of us, and I'm spending more time at home. So is Tim. Do you know what I mean? Because, well, when Tim's not away, but we work from home, like we edit, and we spend more time in the house. Whereas before I worked at Richardson's, so I'd be like, I'll pack a sandwich, or I'll, you know, just go and buy some lunch at work or something like that. So now we're at home, we're spending more on like the weekly food bill. And the weekly food bill is like nearly 100 quid now, which some people say it's really good that it's under 100 quid, but I'm like, that's not good. That's terrible. And I still try and bargain hunt as well. I still do. Sophie said, when I worked at Costa, we would order 100 tea bags for £2 and charge £2 for 1 cup of tea. Oh my God. See, when I worked at Costa, I didn't know that side of things. Like, I didn't do any of the ordering or anything like that. I only just served and skivvied, and it just cleaned. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Heidi said, it's awful. 10 out of 11 years ago, I could do a weekly shop for around £50. But now I'm lucky if I can get bits for 2 days for that now. God, I know. It's nuts, isn't it? Ryan says, hi, Gabby. When are you and Tim doing another live walk in Yarmouth? Ryan, do you know what, we were talking about that yesterday, and we were saying about, like, how we wanted to do one. but we didn't know how people on the channel would feel about it, because Tim's channel is like, it's the same, but obviously working with the algorithm, going in the algorithm's direction. I think last time we did like a live walk, I don't think many people were interested, or as many people were interested, because they're more like wanting certain things. And we were like, do you think we should do it? Would it work? Blah, blah, blah. But it's nice that you say that, because at least we know that, you know, it's wanted a little bit. So we probably will do one, to be honest with you. Barry, thank you so much for a coffee, for the coffee shop vlog. Yay! Thank you, Barry. I've got to do a coffee shop vlog. Right, who's up for a coffee shop vlog? Let me know now. Let's see some yeses or some nos in the live chat. Come on, bring it on. Let me know if you're up for it. Tell me now. While you're typing, I'm just going to drink. Yay! This is looking positive. Yes, 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 Mark Wiggins says. Yes, yes. Brilliant. I'm going to do a coffee vlog then. I'm going to pop it on my list. I'm going to do it. And thank you so much, Barry, for that head start. Much appreciated. Belvedere says, you may not get the big numbers, but sometimes it's nice to have a walk along with you. I agree, Belvedere. I think it needs to be done. I'll speak to Tim. Tim's in the chat anyway, isn't he? He's here watching. Or he's like dipping in, I'm not sure. And other shopping hauls, please. Right, okay. Your wish is my command. Oh my God, I've got 308 people watching. Hit the thumbs up. I don't know how many thumbs up I've got, but it says 26 thumbs up here. So hit the thumbs up. Share the love, everyone. Share the love. So moving back to the Poundland vlog, right? I got a comment from someone called Fred Bassett 2233 to be precise. He said, tell me if you agree with this comment or not, because I don't, and I think WTF, I just don't get this comment. He says, not got a pound for the trolley because you don't carry cash. That makes you a supporter of the globalist economy. Disgraceful. What? What? Like, what? Why is it disgraceful that I'm not carrying a pound coin around and therefore I'm a supporter of the globalist economy? I don't even think about the globalist economy. It doesn't even cross my mind. I don't carry a pound around with me because everything's just on my card, because when I get paid into my bank account. And so I just use my Apple Pay, because then I don't need to carry as much things around. It's not disrespect to the globalist economy. I'm not really even giving that a thought. So I mean, is he saying that like I'm not supporting cash, so therefore what? I don't get the problem. Lloydie says, what? Bloody hell, Fred. Oh my God, I love it. Wendy says, I hardly ever have cash since the pandemic. Always use a card. That's another good point, actually, Wendy. What about the hygiene side of carrying cash? You know, Tim came back from Egypt with some Egyptian dollars or whatever they are. I don't know what it is in Egypt. Egyptian notes. And apparently that is the dirtiest money in the world. Can you imagine the bacteria on it? And that's going on your hands, and then he touches Casper. And don't get me wrong, I don't really think like that. I just crack on with whatever's convenient, because if I sat there and thought about every single little thing and thought, right, oh, I shouldn't have this wooden set of drawers that I've had for 50 years because wood is trees and trees are the environment and I don't know where to put my clothes. And if like I was like moaning about electric that we're spending, then like I couldn't do my job because I need electric to do my job. You know, little things like that. If you think, I mean, I agree with the environment and stuff being looked after, but if you need it because you need to get on in life, then it can't be helped, can it? Do you know what I mean? My mum is a massive supporter of recycling, if that helps you, Fred. So she'll take one for the team. I should recycle a bit more, but I don't really think about that too much either, because I just get on with things, I suppose. I recycle where I can, but I'm not like a hothead about it. I'm not like, oh my god, I've got to put this in, because I've got enough to stress about. So like, I just do what I can where I can. Like if I'm in McDonald's, right, and you know, like when you finish eating your stuff on your tray and then you go and take it to the bin and they've got like the little plastic bits and the paper bits and blah blah, I do put the things in the right places, because I think that's in my face, why not? So I do put things in the right place and stuff like that. But if I'm like having, I don't know, say I'm having like a wrap from McDonald's and I'm on the road and I just see a bin, I don't sit there and go, now, is that bin a recycling bin? Because I'm going to put my rubbish in there. Is it a recycling bin? I just put it in because it's bin, because it's better than throwing it on the floor. And I never would throw it on the floor. Trust me. Michelle D says, the world's gone nuts, Gabby. It is going a little bit nuts. I don't like it like that. I don't like the world like that. I think like, I just want peace, man. Like, bring back the 60s. Can we just have a little bit of peace? That's all I want. Beverly says, basically, if we don't carry cash, then the power of know what you're spending and where you are is a big bother watching you. Hang on, let me reread that. Basically, if we don't carry cash, then the power of know what you're spending and where you are, it's a big bother watching you. I don't get it, Beverly. I don't get that. I don't know what you mean. I find using a card a lot easier, Emma says. I do too. And I don't know what Beverly sort of meant there, but when I do use card, I keep logging into my banking and I know where I'm at as well. Like, I think, yeah. Alison says, oh my God, hasn't the world gone crazy? It is going nuts. Vampy says, to be honest, I pay cash most of the time as I keep better track of my money that way. I do pay with card as well, though. The thing is, though, like, I get that. My dad pays cash for everything all the time. I don't think my dad even owns a bank card, and that's works for him, and that's absolutely fine. That's great. But if someone's not got a pound coin on them, you can't say they're disgraceful, can you? They're disgraceful because they're not supporting the globalist economy. Do I mean, it's not, I'm not like, I personally prefer not to, because there's a good chance I'd probably lose my money, and then I'll be like, damn, why did I carry cash? You know what I mean? Because the amount of times I've lost a purse or something and it's got money in it. But there have been occasions where I've got some birthday money or something like that. That's just an example. Like, sometimes I do have cash for certain reasons, and I'll have birthday money on me and then I'll use it. Or you go to a car park and it's one of them ones where you have to pay, which I don't know if a lot of them are like that anymore. I must say, I do prefer to have the car parks where you pay when you put like money in the meter, if you've got money, or pay by card, rather than getting the app up and having to do an app and then find where your car park is and do it that way. Because if you're not used to that, and then you've got to download the app and you haven't got a signal or something, that is a nightmare. So car parking, the best thing to do with car parking is the way the multi-story do it. You get a little token, right? And then as you're going back to the multi-story, you stick it in the paying thing, and you can either pay by card or you can pay by cash. Boom! Easy peasy. But like apps and that, it's like gets a bit confusing, doesn't it? Like, I know my mum wouldn't know what to do with that. And if you haven't got the right cash, it's like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to park my car? I ain't got any cash on me or anything like that. And even if I did have cash, I've only got a £5 note and I can't put a £5 note in because it takes coins and things like that. Or if I put this £5 note in, what if it takes it and doesn't give me my change? Or what if it gets stuck and then I'm screwed, because then I can't park my car, and yeah, and then it's just like a great big rigmarole. So I think multi-story all the way, or free parking. I mean, we pay car tax. Why can't we park our car for free? Why we pay for car tax for our car to be on the road. So the least the roads can do is let us put our car somewhere for free if we're just nipping to the shop to buy some milk or something like that. Like, I'm not fair at Tesco's because obviously you can park there for free unless you're like me and you get fined because you stay in Tesco's too long, because that did happen to me and that was devastating. Phil Margaston is here. Morning, Gabby. Good morning to you. Hope you're all right. Yes, we're having a bit of a rant. It does tend to happen on a Monday morning. Beverly says yes to free parking. Oh my God, yeah. Paying to park sucks and it's extortionate. And I know it's all about land and that, but you know, like, as long as you're in a convenient spot, what's the problem? Because what do we really pay our car tax for? Like, for them to resurface the roads and stuff. But, like, I know that the other day, there was a road where I live being resurfaced that didn't need resurfacing because it was the end of the tax year. Well, don't charge us so much for our cars, or let us park for free or something like that. I don't know. But I should have been like in politics, and I'm not joking. I'd make a great prime minister. I would sort this gaff out. I really would. I'd be like, to the schools, do not put litter trays in the corners of the schools. That is not okay. And I did find out, actually, I was on holiday last week, obviously, as you know. And, you know, we were talking about the cats and the litter trays and stuff like that in schools. It was just confirmed that by someone I knew in a family, that a school that their grandkids were going to, it was confirmed about the litter tray. And then when I spoke to my daughter, she knows someone who works in the school and she also confirmed it. So it is 100% true. And I knew it was anyway, because I heard it from like a really good source previously anyway, but I've had it confirmed 3 times. So one of our local schools has got a litter tray in it. Anyway, if I was the Prime Minister, I'd say, I think this is a situation that needs to be thoroughly assessed. Yeah, I could sort it out. And I'd tell you now, I'd give you all free parking. I certainly would. Free parking. Yeah! Do you think I should be Prime Minister? I would smash it. And there'd be no war. And there'd be peace. And we could have banter. And no one would get too upset. And so on and so forth. Yeah, and it'd be amazing. But we'd be mindful about our banter. We wouldn't be mean to people. We'd just be mindful. But anyway, I did want to... There was one more comment that I did want to read out, actually, going on about people having rants and stuff. Hang on, where is it? I didn't want to miss this because somebody sent me this message and I really want to read it out. Going back to the Ritz vlog, obviously you know that we vlog the Ritz, don't you? And stuff like that. Now, my take on these higher type hotels, I'm not joking. Like, I would much rather spend my hard-earned cash in the Boulevard in Blackpool and just have, and it be like a really, really nice hotel, really nice, not too up there, because I don't really like them when they're too up there. I just like more of a standard type of hotel, but I'm not keen on a B&B either. Not there's anything wrong with a B&B, but it's just my personal preference. If I was choosing a hotel, I'd go for something along the Boulevard kind of lines. I really, really like that kind of hotel. It's kind of like mediocre, somewhere in the middle. And that's what I like. And then when I spend like my hard-earned cash in it, I go, this is good value for money. The staff are wonderful. I feel comfortable. I've got everything I need, like shower-wise, bath-wise. You know, I feel comfortable with Casper. I'm in a good location. Yeah, that's my cup of tea. Rather than like go for these real high-end ones where you don't feel comfortable. Like if you watch Tim's latest one in Monte Carlo, he said that it was so posh that the security guards were just giving you daggers the whole time. That's not my idea of fun, to be honest with you. I would not feel comfortable in that situation. I'd just be like, can you get me out of this hotel and then just take me to something where I feel more comfortable in? I do like a bit of luxury, and I've enjoyed all my stays in these posh hotels, but I am more sort of along those lines. That's my kind of personality, but it's nice to experience them once so you can say you've done it and this is what it was like. And obviously the Ritz, the Savoy, Claridge's, my favourite out of the 3 was Savoy because they were really, really down to earth. The Ritz was a little bit too much. Even my uncle had a situation where he went to the Ritz And he went down for breakfast in the morning, and they paid extra for breakfast and what have you. And orange juice came with the breakfast. And he had said, oh, I don't really fancy orange juice. I'll just have water if it's okay. And then when he went to pay the bill at the end, they had the audacity to shove onto his bill water. And he was like, but I had water because I didn't have an orange juice. And they were like, yeah, but that wasn't in the menu. And he's like, it's water. And so my uncle stood his ground and went, well, I'm not paying it. And it had nothing to do with the price, nothing to do with it whatsoever. It was on principle, because it was just like, why an establishment like the Ritz that are, you know, worth so much money are actually going to do that? Like, be like, right, well, I'm going to nitpick. I'm going to get your breakfast menu. And because you didn't have the orange juice and you wanted water instead, we're going to add an extra, I don't know, £4 onto that for your water. Like, that is then, it's got nothing to do with money by this point. That's just then being, that's just bad customer service. That's just bad. That's just not right. That's not humane. So obviously my uncle on principle was like, well, I'm not paying it. And he didn't, and he got away with it. They let it go because he had a really good valid point. And that is the problem with the Ritz. Like, it's grand and it's amazing, but they will not allow you to have a coffee machine to relax and make a coffee at your own leisure in your room, because you are meant to be so rich that therefore you can pay, I think it's like £10 for a cup of tea, or I think it's more than that, to have it brought to your room. And then you feel obliged to tip the person. So it's just money after money after money. When can you actually sit back and relax? Do you know what I mean? When you're having to keep like coughing up, do you know what I mean? And because they're penny pinching their side, if you know what I mean. So people like who watch the vlogs could turn around and go, well, if you can't afford to pay for that cup of tea to come up to your room, then you shouldn't be staying in the Ritz. Well, actually, the Ritz, who are worth X amount, shouldn't be offering that kind of service. So you could look at it both ways. So anyway, I didn't really enjoy the Ritz under those circumstances. I did enjoy it there, but it's not my cup of tea due to those situations. I totally agree. And you're not even really, I don't think they're very comfortable about, if you were to say to them, like, would you be able to take a picture of me? They wouldn't be happy about it and things like that. And it's like, but that's crazy, because you're paying all this money to stay in this luxury, and taking a picture is not okay and things like that. But I had somebody send me this message saying, my mother, since she was a baby girl, right, and I really want to read this out, always wanted to go to the Ritz for afternoon tea. So a few years ago now, for her birthday, I paid for her to go to some shows in London, and we stopped at a really nice hotel in Soho, and then I was going to take her to the Ritz for afternoon tea. But when we got there, they said we couldn't because my mum's footwear. But she only had an operation on, her foot a week and a half before. We explained that to him, and they said no, and she was devastated. So I took her to Claridge's because I've been past it several times. We went in, and the staff and everyone was so amazing, and they really treated my mum like she was a VIP, and we had an amazing day. I've been looking up with work to stop in all the big ones in London, and Claridge's is hands down the best of them all. I think that's disgusting. I think that's disgusting that she's wanted to go there. It has been a childhood dream to go and have afternoon tea at the Ritz, and her daughter wants to treat her, and the Ritz won't let her have afternoon tea there because of what she was wearing on her foot for comfort, because she just had an operation. They would not allow her to have afternoon tea there. That's disgusting. Like, that's just wrong on so many levels. And that is why I would not choose the Ritz as one of my favourite hotels to stay at, because I don't want to spend my money with that kind of customer service, to be honest with you. I'd rather stay in Pontins and have really, really nice customer service, which I don't think I'd get nice customer service in Pontins. Well, I might, but yeah, you might have good customer service in Pontins. I don't know. I've never stayed in Pontins. I just know that it's a bit shabby. But I would rather stay in Pontins and have good customer service than stay at the Ritz and have poor customer service. And that's my take on that, really. But I just felt so bad for that. And I really wanted to relay what she told me, because I just felt so bad for her, because I thought, a childhood dream. That's a childhood dream of hers, and she's wanted that for so long. I think that's sad. It's upsetting, isn't it? But anyway, on that note, sorry to depress you all. But on that note, I'm going to wrap things now, because you guys have got a life. You've got a life. You can't sit here and listen to me moan the whole time. But I just wanted to relay that anyway. I just think that sometimes when I get some comments come in, sometimes they need reading out, because they're valid points and they're good. And I like to read the bad comments out, because I like to show everyone what D1CK heads they are to people. But there's, you know, there are some good people in the world too. There definitely 100% are. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Coffee Morning this morning. I really appreciate all your support. Just having you watch means a lot. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. It's free to subscribe, by the way. And hit the likes button if you haven't done so already. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Gabby Starbuck Vocalist. Gabby is spelled with just one B, just so you know. And you can follow me on Facebook under Gabby Starbuck Vocalist Entertainer. Thank you for all the channel members as well. If any of you are wondering what a channel member is, it's a good way to support the channel for the price of, well, actually it's less than a price of a cup of coffee, and for that you get customized emojis, prioritize responses, and you get a badge next to your name. So all those little badges you see in the chat, they're channel members. So that's what channel membership is. There is also a higher tier to be a super louder, which shows you behind the scenes footages and all of what I had previously said as well. So it's just a good way to support the channel. But if you're not a louder, a super louder, or a channel member, just subscribing is absolutely fine as well. Any sort of subscribing, watching, getting involved, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. My vlog this week going up is going to be my Spain vlog. I hope you enjoy it. I really do. I've worked hard on it, so hopefully you'll like it. Have a lovely day, and if you're going to do anything today, make it something positive, and I'll catch you in the week for the premiere for the Spain vlog. Take care. Bye bye.